Hello everyone, I hope to find you well. Good afternoon. Welcome. Sorry, finishing my coffee. So we are back again to continue our development of our project X. Yes, it still doesn't have a name. So let's see how it goes today. I have it right back on my screen. Let's find it right now. Okay, cool. So I just checked, nothing running on Docker, so I'm ready to bring up all the stack. Here we go. So we should also be compiling our front end, and if all went well, we should be running our application and our admin/admin.com user with the password is logged in, so we can go directly to Nova, and there we go. There's our application already with roles and permissions. What's more? Collections, collection items, and well, this was some kind of tests afterwards. What's happening here? It kind of broke. Oh, right. Cool. Everyone at home, can you listen to me? Is it the sound okay? All of that? That would be cool to know. If you can let me know, please. One, two, sound. Yeah. One, two, sound. Let's assume it's better. Let me maybe turn down the music a little bit, just a notch. One, two, sound. Okay, I guess it's much better for what I can find on my own. So unfortunately now I don't hear to the music. I have to find a way to listen to it also. Hope you enjoyed the stay. I'm trying to see if Figma opens because it was facing some adversities a few hours ago. Not right now, it opened, so let's bring that in. And from what we remember, and if you are watching as a first, maybe as a first timer, what we're doing with this project is kind of a portfolio collection of links and pages that just anyone can do. This is very oriented to content creators, kind of not only just creators, but maybe also curators. So let's say a developer or someone who hosts events or concerts or wants to make just a few collection of links. Just will be something around there. Nothing too fancy, not a blog, not a huge thing. It's really going just to be to do 100% in the lives. So we will be doing one application where the backend is all built with Laravel Nova. So that's why we'll be able to build it so quickly. And yeah, it's essentially just this. We will have a welcome page, contact, is optional, but not only single pages, we'll be able to make collection of pages. Let's say open source. These are open source packages, which are little pieces or components of files that we get from GitHub, or it's the most popular at least. So it's like a distributed free open soft, not always free, depends on the license, but generally speaking, yep, that's where people join to build software together. But not only that, of course, we can make collections of topics of interest we want to display in our page. So we will have a listing of these collection items, and we'll be able to visit each of the item. So yeah, and how will we do that? We will have in the application pre-made layouts or blocks that then we can choose to stack together, and then we will edit through a form. We will edit each block, and we will render the block plus your content. It will render to a final result to the end user, and this is basically it. Okay, so maybe I want to find the user, and I want to just right now, out of the batch, I want to go to the profile page of this user. So I will do something in Nova called one action, and we can see one implementation of that. How can we do that kind of quickly? Because yeah, that's just something that it happened to me. I find all the time. Of course, I know how to do it. There is Batman and Superman and admin user, so I can come and go to the root project, and then slash the handle, and I will be able to see the content for that user. But of course, I don't want to always be looking for the keyboard and writing, and so apart from that, we'll be also showing this Nova action. So let's put our hands to it. We already have one. It's called do stuff, so it's probably not doing anything. It was from our first tinkering. Let me see if it's being used, and it is in the collection item. So if we go to a collection item, we can in one do stuff, and that's just something it's doing. So yeah, of course that's silly, and let's take care of that. Give me just a moment to close the... Okay, I'm back. Let's put our hands right now into it. So I'll just delete this item from collection items. It's just silly. I will delete this file, and we'll make just this new... Okay, let's keep it there. And so let's make artisan Nova action and visit user profile. Yeah, sounds about right. So when we are visiting user profile, we will be receiving a form fields that we might define here, and a collection of the picked models. So I'll just go into user resource, and I will add this action. So we can make new visit user profile right here, and on the next render our user can now, whoops, it's not to be seen inline, so when we are visiting, we can visit user profile, but we'll also show inline, and this way in the listing I can just pick a user and visit user profile. To demonstrate, and not only, I think it will come in handy, we will make an option. We'll just make an option for, sorry, I was checking a notification, and let me check if someone is there. Still not. Cool. Okay, so I guess it's not needed. I could just show a boolean. I'll just show you for the sake of the stream. Let's say I want to open in a new tab, in a new window or tab, right? And the field name, given that I gave it a not so fluent or translatable name, I will just give new tab as an attribute name, and that's it. From there, it means that it will make me this question next time I run. So I have to render to update. So next time it will ask me if I want to open in a new tab, and I can select or not, and only then run the action. And after having run this action, then these fields will have data, right? So we have these fields, which is what is it? Not even sure if it's an object or it's a collection. Okay, cool. So we can use it as an array or as so fields, and also as an object, I think. So we'll be able to do this, and sure enough, this will work. Let me just to be safe, item fields and new tab. So now if I run it, let me open the inspector. Right now if I run it, there we go, there's the 500 error. That's the die dump, means it worked. So the preview will give me new tab is true, and yeah, here it is, true. And the action fields collection, it has one item, it's called new tab, and it's true. So right here I will have the open in new tab, right? Open in new tab. Cool. So now in the models I will have the collection of models that were picked to run this action on. So it's like when I run it in a single action, of course it's just one in there, but maybe we could run it in more. Of course that doesn't make sense. So I'll just take care of that. I'll just be sure. This is an admin panel just for me. So actually let me check if there's an instruction just to say that an action is like a singleton, but I don't think so. Yeah, so the handle method will receive a collection of models, even if the action is only being performed against a single model. So that's okay. We can just make a check, and if models count it's different than one, then we can return an action, I think it's here, response or danger. Of course, this action should be run against a single user. Cool. So if I select more than one and I run this action, doesn't matter what I'll say, it will just instruct me a danger message that of course it can be run just against one single user. So we're looking good. I think we can put this even up here. It's negligible, but that's okay. So if we are here, we are sure it has just only one. So our user means it will be the first element of the models. There we go. And here we'll have a user model. Cool. So now we just want to return a redirect to a new page in a new tab or not. And where could I see that before? Redirect response. Here we go. So open in new tab or within Nova. So this will be outside of Nova. This is a router link, not router link, but inertia routing system, of course. So it's an inertia visit, and let's just open redirect or open new tab. So if this is true, so I'll just leave it for clarity. If it's to open in new tab, then we will visit or return an action, new tab, there we go, and we'll go to URL, and now it's to slash interpolate, and let's go to the user handle attribute. If not, let's just return a redirect in the same page. Sure enough, we can come back, and let's open admin user profile in a new tab, run action. There we go. We are checking the profile. If we haven't done that, let's just go there. There we go. So now we can easily perform this action against any user in the database. So yeah, that's cool. That's just something very small, but in the end, all the small things add up big. Cool. So let's get back to the real development per se. This is already real development. So administration user will go to a new tab, opening the profile. So this admin user has to, starting the story from beginning, he has to log in, of course, or even register. So then after registration we can come to our welcome and contact. Okay, so this is cool, and then start creating items. Okay, so what's happening here? We changed these actions, deleted. Okay, so git add visit user profile action. So it's cool. Okay. Next one will be just making sure where I was, so, or where we were. So Nova, collection. So are we already just seeing our collections? Because, oh yeah, because we have the global scope, right? So we'll be only seeing our collections. So let's check the models. Scopes, collection owner. Yep. Okay. Also, collection items. So what will users be able to see? They will see only their collections, collection items, and that's it, I guess. So let's impersonate Superman. Native. Oh no, not. Okay, yeah. So are we now Superman? Yeah. So we cannot go back into Nova. Let's stop impersonating, or at least not to that URL, of course. So, yeah, native impersonation, still didn't use it. Okay, so. Hey Francisco, how are you doing? Welcome again. So, our collections, I need to tell a story and stop doing just things randomly. So I guess first things first, we already have a very good base. A user should register, and I'll try to find, I think there's login and register. Oops, not so a register page based in Nova, okay, but nothing for Nova 4 still. So I guess let's make our page for registration, where a user would register, create the collection for the is collection for welcome and contact. Okay, or just welcome, and then inside is welcome collection you will have collection items. Yeah, and I guess we don't even have to come to all collection items. These will be hidden. And what's more, we will have the possibility to, we also have to put a global scope in the collection item. Okay, let me find database, let me see what's here. So we have our collection items, we have 3, and belonging to collection number 1, 1 and 3, one of them is not active, so let me find our seeds. And yeah, let me just start something here in the docs. Project X. Okay, so let's make steps reached, steps accomplishments, I guess. Accomplishments. So today it will be just easier for me to make a follow-up. So we made an action. We made action on user resource to visit its profile page, and right now we want to build the scope, query scope. so that users can only see their collection items. Or is it needed? Oh yeah, it is in the query, because we could protect it from view. Let me check if this could be protected at so where is it? Authorization. Of course, from list. I don't think index filtering. You may notice that returning false from a policy's view setup does not stop a given resource from appearing in the resource index. To filter models from the resource index, you may override the index query. Oh, yeah. Also not only... Oh, right. So this made a click for me. Maybe the scope, it wasn't even the better option. So let me try to find. We still don't have the policies in place. So okay, what are we accomplishing here? We want to users can only see the collections and collection items they own, right? So to accomplish that, this vanity is staying here forever, so see you in a minute. For the collections, we've made in the previous episode a scope where every eloquent query that will by default will apply a scope where the relation user in a collection will always be applied to such query. But probably we shouldn't have the need for that. We could make it just more easy. Why? Because we have the list page, let's say. Of course, this index query could be changed, but then let's make this maybe more clear. So seeders. So admin is number 1, Superman is number 2, Batman is number 3. So collections. We have all of the collections. No, we don't. We have a welcome collection for Superman and collection items. So it's ID 3 and collection items we have for admin, and also for Superman. So what if I'm Superman? Okay, so let's log in as Superman. So I was thinking Superman, right? What was it? Yeah, and password will be password as always, and we should change that redirect after login. So where was that? Providers, no, maybe not. Authentication session controller, we created one. No, we stored one. So yeah, route service provider on. So let's go into our configuration, our configured back office link. So Nova, it will have Nova path. Okay. If I remember well, is there Nova path? Why are we seeing it red? Is not allowed as class constant value. Oh, right. But why? Oh, right, because it's a constant. So I should set it at runtime or just write. Okay, let's stick with Nova for now. And if I log out, log in again, Superman at superman.com and password. There we go. We log in directly into here. And now if I go to see my collections, I'm just seeing number 3. That's okay because of the global scope. If I go and view and change to number 2, I'm able to see it. So that's not good. We have to protect this. And also collection items, I can see all of them. So maybe I didn't have to do the global scope. Maybe I don't see why not. But I can just take care of. I would prefer to stay closer to Nova native, and let's do it like this. So we did the redirect is very small. Redirect after login. To Nova after login. So yeah, they can only see collections and collection items they own. So let's fix this right away. And how can we do that? We'll do that by implementing. Let me just make a small tweak here. Yeah, should be cool. Authorization, and authorization will be. Are we here? It should be with policies. Yeah. Okay, cool. So can we view any of those, or just go to the view, create, update, replicate, and whatnot? So we'll make a policy for the model, and the resource will be based on that. So let's make a collection policy and take care of that. So artisan make. I guess it's gonna be policy and collection policy. If all went well, we go to app policies, collection policy, and it's empty. And the safe defaults that Laravel applies is that I can view and collections, and I can't create or even view any, or I cannot view. Not even sure, so let's try to find it. View any can be it's the query view, but then if we want to see the details or create one or update, they are always forbidden. We can attach models if there were relationships to attach, and that's it. Okay, so let's make a policy method for the view, and let's say that view returns true, right? So next time I can already view it, but I should only be able to see my own. Apart from the query scope is working. Look at Superman right now in collections, just sees his own, but if he comes and changes from the ID, he will see you will see that you can access items that it shouldn't. So when we have the view in a policy, or for each method in the policy, we'll be receiving an instance of the model, right? And then we can see. So we have a collection model instance, and now we can check what is this collection model owner. So user, it is a relationship, so I will just access user, and it should be equals to the authenticated user, right? So return if the collection user, not the method but the attribute, that will be the relationship attribute. If it's not loaded, it will load, and then ID matches auth ID, is it? I'm pretty sure that's it. So if I go to number 3, that's not okay. App models collection. Oh, never mind. I get the user instance first, and then a collection, right? Now it clicked. So let's just pass here again. I will go and fetch our array screen. And there we go. We have a user and a collection. So it's the logged in user and the collection we are trying to reach. So even easier for us, we can check if our user ID equals our auth ID, right? So if I want to see collection number 3, I can, as Delphia, which is Superman. I should change the name also. So number 2, why am I still seeing it? I shouldn't, right? So what am I doing? So sorry, I'm so stupid. So we want to see the collection. I deleted the other code. Collection user ID. Now, this is the stuff. So if I want to see it free again, I can. So number 2, I cannot. So this is what we want. Only users are able, only owners are able to view this instance of the collection policy. I'm reminding something else about the profile controller. We are looking for show I handle. Why did we remove? Okay, come back here in a moment. So we now can see if we are in our collection number 3, we can, and that's okay. And also we want to do the same for collection items, but okay, let's do it. Yeah, so collection item policy should be created. There we go. So let's just implement exactly the same. No. It can't be exactly the same, because right now we have a collection item. So that's something else. I'll just hard code it for now, because I want to go to collection item, and we have a collection which has a user. Okay, so trying to remember if we can access directly through collection item and then without having to load. Let's make collection and then user and then ID, and this will be the user ID number 2. We got it. So only if this is correct, is the same, I mean, it will be allowed to see the collection item. So again, collection items, we are able to, what do we have here? Attempting to read property user on null, because we don't have a collection, is it? So refreshing, okay. We should be able to see number 3 but not number 2, right? Oh, and we cannot, it's already not showing. Oh, that's why it runs, this failed because for every instance of every line, every row we see here, it will be run against that method. So that's why we had that error before. So number 3 it's okay, and of course if I change to number 2 it will fail. That's what we want, but also we want to limit collection items that we see when we are here in this list item. Maybe it will not even be shown from here, but what we want to do here is to update or customize the index query. So index filtering, here we go. So we will have to update collection items resource. So Nova collection item, and maybe before the fields, that's a good place for me, I think. It's just, never mind, it's just whatever. So this query will be only if a collection item so whereas a collection where this is a closure, right? Yeah, so can even be a short one, I guess. So this will return, it wouldn't be needed, but that's okay. So in our collection where, it could be where relation, right? Where relation user field ID. How was that? Can't remember where I've seen it just seconds ago. Where relation, yeah, where relation field, oh, it's exactly this. So with this we will build or customize the query, whereas collection, it has a collection that on its own it will have again another relationship, which is a user, where the ID will be this equals to the logged in user. Of course we could just do where user underscore ID. It will be faster, in terms of SQL. Of course, we're in an admin panel and not I don't think it would be ever much of a problem. Here we go, just number 3. Another way out would be just where user ID equals to auth ID. So I'm gonna say these are equivalent, so you can choose the one from the top or from bottom. I guess I'll go with the one in the bottom. Okay, and if I refresh, sure enough, I just see the ones that belong to me, and if I want to go inside to one that doesn't, I'll just get kicked out, so that's cool. Also the same for collections, not in the same way, because we are applying a global scope and not customizing the index query. And for a matter of consistency, I think I'll just do that. So yeah, where is scope? Okay, so collection item, let's bring this customization also to collections, to the same spot, and for consistency, this query in a different model, it's the collection. Let's apply exactly the same as in the scope. So just these will be query, and we should be good. Our collection scope can be removed. Here we go. Let's delete it from here, and also the scope. It's just a matter of taste, but as I remember this, it made more sense to me to give up on scopes and start using this customization. So even we add a profile controller where we will be disabling global scopes, so it's already disabled because it's the only one we had. Of course, because these would have to be also available on an authenticated user, right? So we want to go through every collection where the user ID is equals to the ID of the user that came in the handle, by the handle. Checking again, if we go to the web file where the routes are, we can see that we will grab the user variable by the handle field, and the user variable is typed in to be a user, so we'll retrieve just that, and we'll get user ID that should be equal to this value of the handle, also slug, and yeah, the continuation. So that's cool, we cleaned that a little bit, and right now we have accomplished that. So I think it was an index, so users can only see their collections and the collections they own. So can we make, okay, 10 minutes missing, so let's try to make a small logical next step. Okay, so what could that be? I'm still trying to find why did we need roles and permissions. I think we just went with the flow to put it because I don't even think anymore these will be used. Collections. So yeah, let's say I'm Superman. I go to my collections. I don't want to see the ID, right? I just want to see what are the pages I'm going on. So let's go with that. That will be the beginning. Oh, let me just commit stuff. So what did we do? Users can only see what they own. Can only see what they own. See what they own. Right? Cool. So iterating back, we are Superman. We go in our collections. Represent what we have. We have a welcome page. Maybe we want to make a contact page, right? One page only means that when we go there, it won't be a list. So that's something new we can see. If we go to a page, to a collection, which is a one page only, we will go to this page. If not, we will go to the listing, right? So this is something that we have to create, and let's finish that. Yeah, for sure. So let's go into our collection resource. We didn't start from the registration, but right now it will be better, I think, to just skip that. So ID, I think it won't be necessary to have. We have just a title, and we can see that we have welcome page, that it's one page only. Yeah, contact, welcome, and maybe let's make concerts. Yeah, that will be cool. So if we need to make, we need a policy to create stuff. So we'll go into the collection policy, and we want to create one. So let's go to the top, and I want to create one, right? So I'll just duplicate, and can I create a collection? And I'm gonna say always. I'm here, I can make, maybe if we want to limit how many collections, we could put a limit. I guess that could be, that would be cool. But yeah, let's just say that anyone can make any amount of collections. If not, maybe we could check how many collections does this user have, and that should not be equal, or the count should not be more than a specific number. And I think that could be easily done. So user collections count is the collection query where the collection has user ID. So where user ID equals to user ID, right? And let's count just that. So I'm guessing we're going with 2 right now. Superman has 1 and admin user has 2. And now let's return if our user collections count is below, let's say, 5. So this would be the limit. This could be a setting in database with a default, it could be many stuff, but for now let's just make the limit. Yeah, let's just hard code it. Limit, collection limit per user. Limit per user. So that's specific enough, I would say. It could be a config. Yeah, it could be a config, right? It could be even coming from an environment variable. We could change later, so config. So not sure where I should put it, but let's make a new one. And project X doesn't have a name, so let's make just a collections or limits, or I don't know, man. Collections. So let's make config, so it's more like, I don't know. I'm really out of imagination for now. How much time? 57. I really want to make this better, so yeah, let's make our limit. Settings, config. Let's call it settings. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So we should, I wanted to keep the one helper to make the text, so collection limit per user. So this is the amount of collections a user may have. I mean singletons or not singletons, yeah, it doesn't matter, I guess. Not whether be it singleton, collections, singleton, collections or not. If it's a collection, then it counts. 1, 2, 3. No, I didn't get it. Okay, never mind. So collections. So I'm already on settings. So is this a cool strategy? I'm not sure. Collection limit per user. Yeah, let's do just that. So this limit per user, it's gonna be, this is a policy. We'll run it many times. This is a config. I'm thinking about micro optimizations, not sure why. So let's just do config settings dot collection limit per user, and I guess that's it. We will have the, this is not user that I want, this is the user collections count I want to see. Okay, so this is cool. Let's grab our Ray window and let's go to our administration user. Okay, so too few arguments to policy create. Oh, of course. Too few arguments. Oh, of course. Too few because there's one less, because of course this method is not running against any model, so it's just taking one, cleaning and refreshing. We can see that there were many outputs. These were all the times that Nova was checking if the user could create or not. So we can see now that it can create. We can also see, maybe in one go, the limit per user. Let's do this, and sure enough we'll see 10,800. Okay, so that's a little bit too high. What do you think? So let's keep it in 5. Not sure. So let's clean it again. And yeah, we user has 2 and 5 is the limit. And let's clean it. And now Superman has 1 collection and it's limited to 5. So while it's below 5, so this will allow, so let's make short lower than or equal, and I'm gonna say I'm happy with this right now. Let's keep it like this, so that any user can create a collection if they have at least 5. No, while they don't reach the limit, they will be able to create. So if they have 5, it's equals, oh, they will, if it's below 5, they can create. Yes, no, it should not be equals, because when it will be equals to 5, it will not allow to create the 6th one. So that was originally correct. Okay, we reached 1 hour. Maybe let's see if we can do something extra productive. We can come and create a new collection. We can make a page, so let's say portfolio, not portfolio, but where we are, let's say where to find me, or links to external websites, any other more stuff. So let's say I want to make a page like this. I just do this and creating the collection. So what's happening here? So validate required string min does not exist. Okay, let's see our collection form. Oh, right. So rules are not exactly the same, as it's not an array. They are string split in Nova instead of being pipe separated. So I'll just reload. Let's make a new where we are, or where am I, where to find me, whatever. Let's just create one, and we did. So now we could have 3 pages, but what if I want to display collection of concerts we can talk about, speak about, or display that are going on. Let's make it not only 1 page, and cool. So it's not only 1 page. For this kind of setup, we would be having 4 pages like this. Sorry, not 4. 3 pages, like a static page where we would decide every block, and then this concerts page would be a collection. It would display a listing of pages, and each one would be an individual page with content about it. Okay, so there's something more we need to do. We now can display all the items, or every item that are in welcome. And why am I saying this? Because our welcome page may have many versions, but only is active at a current time. But let's reach our index file and let's put one more accomplishment, because right now users can create collections until a maximum until the limit is reached. Until the limit is reached, and we added a config for we added the config in settings. Whoops, not this, but this that I wanted. Added the config settings dot, yeah, let's find it, or maybe we don't even need to be so specific. Yeah. Added a config for collection limit per user. Yeah, yes, that's okay. Added a config for limiting the amount of collections. Yeah, it's the same thing, being preciousist here. Okay, so collection items, I'm not sure when I will as a user, if I want to see them all together mixed up. So I think all we want to see is our collections, and go inside one, and then I would see the items below. So let's do just that. And how is this going? Okay, cool, 1 hour and 7. Let's add these and then call it a day. So the collection will also have a field that it's called as many, and it's a field that will point at a related resource, and this related resource is of course the collection item. Whoop, the collection item, and I think it will be just this. And sure enough, if I refresh, now I'm also getting a new listing. It should be the collection items for the welcome collection. And what are collection items? Why isn't it loading? It said it was missing the method, was it? Collection item, maybe it's just called items. Let me check in the model collection items. So what happened? Oh, singular. Okay, this will infer the second field will be lowercase, but it was singular, so I guess it was that. Let's refresh again, and sure enough, we now can see the collection items belonging to the welcome. So yeah, we can see fields from collection items. And this is it. We also don't need to see the ID, I guess. The slug is the same. Maybe I'll just leave it for today. I'll think about it, if leaving it or not. Don't see a problem with it, but that's okay. So we're going into collection items, and it would be cool to go back as a breadcrumb. Let's see if there's one in the next episode. What I want to see here is just that a collection item resource, it could have, yeah, if it's active or not, because in a one page only there can be only one active, and that will be the selected item to display. Only in the others we will be able to see published or not. What I mean, I guess publish is the better term, and it will be available for all of them, right? So let me check if this is already in place. So migrations and our collection items, where is it? Yeah, we have a active field already, so I think not active but published, yeah? It makes more sense because it's a page and it can be a draft. No, that would be a status, right? But active or published, they're the same, right? It's only published if it's active. But I'll just keep published because then, of course. Okay, this will give me troubles because our seeders in the collection items might already have active, correct? I will select them all, multi-cursor, so now it's published. And let's see if it's missing something. Migrate fresh seed if all goes well. That's cool, it went well. In the collection item, we can now add a boolean field. And now we can see if it's active or not. I'm not sure why we're putting the attribute name here and even here. And sure enough, we can see now that why aren't they published? Because of course it doesn't exist, the field. So published, what about published? Let me, oh, it's default false. Never mind. Okay. So sure enough, if I would come and edit. Oh yeah. So to edit, yeah, I can edit a collection item if I have a policy for it. Of course, I can view it and I can edit, right? Again, if I update, so I can update if I'm its owner. So I come back, now I can edit, and I will edit, I will publish it, save it, and now I have two published. What's happening here? So number one, I want to unpublish it. It's not. Okay, I don't know what I've missed, but I've missed something for sure. I guess I'll see it in the replay. Cool, so, but there has to be a rule, and that's what we'll keep in mind for the next episode directly, is that when we are not here, I think we will hide this directly. We can only go to collection items going from a collection, and now collection items mean that there is, of course, they are the items, of course, and because it's a one page only, or is a singleton, then only one published page at a time might be on. So yeah, that's the rule for the next. What have we done? We also now can update our accomplishments. It's not a big thing. was index. Okay. So now users can update collection items. I would say I would leave a next steps, and I hope I remember to come here. So the following next step is that when updating a collection item, let's make sure there's only one active at a time. That is a singleton, of course. That is a singleton. Active at a time. I'm not sure if this will be a non-editable field. It just wouldn't be able to edit here. It would be hidden in the forms, but then we would have an action to make it publish. And we could preview it, and not this preview, to preview the record, but to render in the page. And yeah, I think that could be cool. So also, yeah, when updating a collection item, there could be only one active at a time. So then we can make probably this action, that action to publish a page. I'm thinking a singleton here, but the others, singleton and singleton, that's okay. Also think about the regular collections, regular ones, and not only to publish while we're here, because we are publishing, we want to check it, we want to render it before, even if it's not so like preview a page render, yeah, something like this. And yeah, I think this can be done in the next session. Let's stop it for today. I want to thank you guys to be there. If you want to check what no, you probably don't want to, because you are following the series, so that's okay. I want to say thank you for you that are following. I hope you are enjoying. Hope to see you in the next one. Happy coding. Ciao, ciao.